As we go into Thanksgiving week, I wanted to do something a little bit different today, not financial, but in fact, something a little touching that I experienced last week on the heels of Veterans Day. As many of you might already know, I served in the US Army as an officer in Bosnia as part of the NATO peacekeeping force. And while I was there, I was put in a new role, which was I was very excited to serve in, but it meant I was in a new unit and I didn't know anyone. I hadn't trained with them. So I was with people 24/7 and I was isolated from the world, no news, no phone calls, pre cell phone. And so I felt pretty isolated and dare I say lonely. So we had these things where you could get a letter addressed to Dear Any Soldier. So I took one of these letters and I replied. It was from a young boy in Rhode Island, a 12-year-old boy, I believe sixth grade, I think. And he responded back to me. And what really touched me is that he said when he got my letter, he said it was the best day of his life. And I couldn't believe that because I was just like, I'm just a regular person. But I was really happy to hear from someone and also get support. So, we exchanged letters and we kept, I get maybe a letter once every couple weeks. And I really, it really got me through some hard times, to be honest. And I honestly, if I hadn't experienced it myself, I might find it hard to imagine how, a younger person could provide such support to me as an adult. And, but, he would tell me about his life as a sixth grader, the kind of things I believe he was into baseball and I would tell him about what I was doing in my work over in Bosnia. But after I left Bosnia, I lost touch with him. But I didn't forget him because he was getting his letters was actually really supportive and honestly really got me through some dark days. So, but I just lost touch. But here's the amazing thing through the power of technology. I mean, technology can be very frustrating at times and maybe even lead to some deleterious things. But I got a message from him on LinkedIn last week, and he started it off with asking if I remembered him. Of course I remembered him. And he shared about what's going on in his life. And he was just as kind as he was when he was a young boy. And it really was, it just made my day to hear from him and know he's doing well. And so I hope that that story brings you as much joy, or at least some of the joy that I had by getting that as we go into Thanksgiving. And I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And I'm grateful for all the clients that welcome me into their lives to support them in their journey. And wishing you all the best.